Do you think you have time? I thought the same thing when I was 25. Then I blinked, and now I am 96. My friends bought big cars and big houses, but today they are all in the grave, alone. I wasted my life worrying about 5 specific things that didn't matter at all. Today I'm going to tell you what they are. Do not ignore this as just old man's rambling, or one day you will sit in this chair with nothing but regret. Thing number 1, I stopped caring about the invisible jury. When I was 30, I lived my life in a courtroom. Every time I bought a car, every time I chose a job, every time I wore a suit, I felt like I was on trial. Who was the jury? It was my neighbors, my distant cousins, the people from high school I hadn't seen in 10 years, strangers on the street. I was terrified of their verdict. I wanted them to say, "He is successful. He is good. He has it all figured out." I spent money I didn't have, to buy things I didn't need, to impress these people I didn't even like. I remember turning down a job I really wanted, being a carpenter, because I thought it wasn't prestigious enough. I thought the jury would judge me. So I took a desk job. I wore a tie. I sat in a gray room for 40 years. And here is the brutal truth I learned at 96. The jury never existed. The neighbors? They were busy worrying about their own debts. The old classmates? They were busy fighting with their spouses. The strangers? They didn't even know my name. I sacrificed my own happiness to please an audience that was not even watching. Now, at 96, I wear what is comfortable. I say what I mean. I do not care if I look foolish. And I have never been freer. You must realize this now. You are the main character in your life, but you are a background extra in everyone else's. Stop acting for a camera that isn't recording. Thing number 2, I stopped caring about the scoreboard. In my 40s, I was obsessed with the score. How much money did I make compared to my brother? How big was my house compared to my boss? I treated life like a competition. If I wasn't winning, I felt like I was losing. I remember working late nights, missing my son's baseball games, missing dinner with my wife. I told myself, I am doing this for them. That was a lie. I was doing it for my ego. I wanted to win. I gathered my trophies. I got the promotion. I got the corner office. I got the expensive watch. And now, I am 96. I live in a small room. I have a small bed, a small window. My expensive watch is in a drawer somewhere. My corner office belongs to someone else, someone who is currently missing his own son's baseball games. The trophies gather dust. The money is just numbers on a paper that I cannot take with me. When you are lying in a hospital bed, staring at the ceiling, you do not think about your bank account. You do not think about your job title. You think about the time you sat on the porch and drank coffee with your wife. You think about the time your dog fell asleep on your lap. You think about the feeling of the sun on your face. The things that actually matter have no price tag, and the things that have a price tag usually do not matter. Stop trying to win the game. The game is rigged. Just play. Thing number 3, I stopped caring about being right. This is a hard one. When I was young, I had a fire in my belly. I had opinions. I had to prove my point. If someone disagreed with me about politics or religion or how to fix a leaking pipe, I would fight them. I would argue until I was blue in the face. I thought I was fighting for the truth, but really, I was fighting for my pride. I lost a brother over an argument about a politician whose name I can't even remember now. We stopped speaking for 10 years. 10 years of silence. 10 years of missed birthdays. And then he died. I went to his funeral and I looked at his coffin. And I realized that I had won the argument. I was right. But I was standing there alone. Being right is a lonely trophy. At 96, I no longer care if I'm wrong. If you tell me the sky is green, I will look at the blue sky, look at you, and smile. I will say, perhaps you are right. Why? Because I value my peace more than my pride. Your ego is a heavy shield. It protects you from nothing, but it prevents you from connecting with people. Put the shield down. Say I'm sorry. Say I don't know. Say you might be right. It does not make you weak. It makes you free. Thing number 4. I stopped caring about what if. And thing number 5, I stopped caring about death. These two go together. They are the twins of anxiety. I spent decades worrying about the future. What if I lose my job? What if the economy crashes? What if I get sick? I was a professional catastrophist. I wrote tragedies in my head that never happened. Seneca, a wise man who died long before I was born, said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." He was right. I spent 90% of my life solving problems that never existed. I ruined thousands of perfectly good Tuesdays worrying about Wednesdays. And the biggest worry? Death. I feared the end. I tried to outrun it. I ate the vitamins. I did the exercises. I avoided the risks. I treated life like something I had to protect, like a fragile vase. But life is not a vase to be kept on a shelf. It is a fire to be burned. Now that I am at the end, I realize that death is not the enemy. The enemy is not living while you are alive. The enemy is fear. I look at death now like an old friend walking up the driveway. I am not in a rush to meet him, but I am not locking the door. Because I have stopped caring about how long I live, I have started caring about how I live. So, my friend, I am 96. My backpack is empty now. I threw out the rocks. I threw out the opinions of others. I threw out the need for status. I threw out the need to be right. I threw out the fear of the future. And I am light. I am floating. Do not wait until you are my age to empty your backpack. You are young. You are strong. But you are tired. I can see it in your eyes. Put the rocks down. The world is beautiful, if you are not too distracted carrying the weight of it to look up. If this old man's voice helped you put down even one stone today, then my time here was not wasted. Subscribe and let us walk this path together a little longer. Goodbye for now.